Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhit Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Param Shrutismritipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stanvanti Divyaistavai Devai Sangavadakramo Panishadai Gayanti Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Sri Chinmayayati Shasya Vande Guru Tapovanam Tam Himavat Vibhutim Vai Jnana Vairagya Rupini Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamaya Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om to everyone else. A new week has been started. So I just want to recapitulate something else. So Ramakrishna once explained, but the soul that are entangled, involved in worldliness, never come to their senses. They lie in the net, but are not even conscious that they are entangled. If you speak of God before them, they at once leave the place. They say, "Why God now? We shall think of him after retirement or whenever we will be 60s." Or many people says that God is required only in the hour of death. But when they lie on their death beds, they say to their wives or children, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, For in the olden days when electricity not there, when only the earthen lamp were used for in the evening. So in the deathbed also that worldly, verily worldly people, attached peoples, they also don't take the name of the God. They tell their wives or children that why have you put so many wicks in the lamp? Why so many oil in the lamp? Use only 1 wick and little less oil, otherwise too much oil will be burnt. So while dying, they think of their wives and children and weep. Just think what will happen for them after death. The entangled souls repeat those very actions that made them suffer too much. They are like the camel, Rajasthan. They are like the camel which eats thorny bushes till the blood streams from its mouth, but still will not give them up. Such a man may have lost his son and be stricken with grief, but still he will have children year after year. He may ruin himself by his daughter's marriage, but still he ends up with a lot of children and tells, what can I do? This is my luck. This is the gifts of God, so and so on. When he goes to a holy place, he doesn't have any time to think of God. But he almost kills himself carrying, bundles for his family in the temple. You are all experienced, huh? Just imagine the story. I'm not telling it is your story, but all you have experienced it. Entering the temple, he is very eager to give his child the holy water to drink, Charanamrit, to make him roll on the floor, but he has no time for his own devotion, own prayer. These bound creatures slave for their masters to earn food for themselves and their families, and they earn money by lying, cheating, flattering. They laugh at those who think of God and meditate on Him and call them lunatics. So how many different kinds of men there are? Men or women? You said that all men were equal, but how many varieties of men and women there are? Some have more power, some less. But saints have some promises. In order to become powerful and strong, we should seek God. We are blessed that we got saints on our head. They promise strength of character, strength of purity, strength of aspiration, and finally the strength of God will all be ours if we seek the truth. So now the recapitulation for the past few classes. The seeker of truth has been told that he is not the physical, mental, or causal body. It is something different from all of this. The student has been told that he or she is the Supreme Self, Tattvam Asi, the Atma, which is beyond sorrow and pain and misery and dualities and anxiety, doubt and bondage. He or she has also been told that Atma or self or the truth or the love alone exists, and every other thing is a mere superimposition or adhyasa. What is the nature of that Atma? It is of the nature of being, nature of consciousness or knowledge, nature of bliss absolute. Sat, Chit, Ananda. The three fundamental qualities, these are not attributes. These are qualities which say everything about reality. In last class, we studied that Sat or existence equals to Chit or consciousness or knowledge equals to Ananda or bliss absolute, and that Ananda is infinite. Ananta. In Brihadaranya Upanishad and any other Upanishad, it has been told that Ananda is Ananta, means infinite. And the student of science or arts also, everyone knows that infinite cannot be two. There is only one infinite, or one also, I will tell derogatory terminology for Brahman or Atma. It is infinite. So the thing is, we say everything about reality. That alone is being, that alone is consciousness or knowledge or chit, and that alone is bliss absolute or ananda. So the seeker has to give up all that is false and seek that alone. So now we will switch over to the different chapter, we can say, that my inquiry beginning entering into the world, that what is that world and who is the creator. So we are just using the logic, and after all, Shruti is the ultimate Pramanam. So the creation, creator, and what is the relationship of me, of myself, with the creation and the creator. So today we will discuss about the 24 elements. And now some critical question I am putting in you. Okay. Is this, the whole universe, is a new creation or already existed creation? The pot, clay pot, is nothing but the modification of clay. Clay pot is nothing but the modification of clay. Clay was already there, but appeared as pot. Wood was already there, but the modification of the wood appeared as furniture. As table, chair in period of time. Likewise, Sat was there, the existence or the being was there. Because what about the definition we got regarding Sat or existence? Trikale tishtati iti Sat, which is very present in 3 periods of time: past, present, and future, or awakening state, dream state, and deep sleep state. So everything what we see is nothing but the modification of the same existence, same Sat. All the modification is under the 6th modification. Jayate asti vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati. All we have studied, that it borns, it stays, it grows up, then it turns back its graph, then decay, and then finish, then again the new circle. So the thing is, Sat has not been modified. 2 class before we stated what about the Advaita Matam, that these are not the actual modification, these are the Vivarta, it's just appearance on Sat. A child, a kid, he has heard from his school, his friends told, last night we all went for a movies. Oh, is it so? What is movie? And the friends started criticizing. Don't you know movies? Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, some new artist. I don't know the names of them. So, what about? He told, no, I have no idea. And they started criticizing the baby. What you have done? Then what happened? He came back home and started crying. All my friends went to the movie, but I never gone. What is the movie? What is the movie? Then his father consoled him, okay, my child, tomorrow we will go for watching a movie. The baby was very happy. But Bechara Pitaji works in a private company, not work from home. He really goes to the office. And he was little late. So The baby was waiting. Ultimately, the father came and told that today I am a little bit late. What we will do? The baby told, no, no, no. What about the late is we should go. Okay. So father along with the child went into the movie. And movie has been already started. It was the dark place. And the father and the baby seated in the allotted seat. And then suddenly some terrific scene comes that tick, 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 tick. Someone is gunning. Then the baby started crying. And he became furious. But his father tried to make him understand that, oh my child, this is the movie. But he had no idea. So suddenly he saw fire. Then and there is rain and everything else. Crying, anxiety, doubts, all those things jumble into the single piece of mind. Suddenly, the sweet interval came. And the movie was stopped for some time. The whole movie theater was lightened up, and the baby saw there is a white screen where all the drama was going on. And in the next half, more action will be there because the, evil should be killed by the hero. But the baby is relaxed now, enjoying. But until and unless he did not have the knowledge of that screen, he was attached with it and all the problems were there. So, according to Advaita Vedanta, the whole universe is nothing but the appearance on that screen is called Sat. And who is having that exact knowledge of existence, they only enjoy the drama every day is happening. All the other people are entangled with the drama, crying. So the thing is, Vedanta says, very famous. Vedanta is famous to experience, Rajju Sarpa Bhram, snake rope, and clay pot. So when I was in Himalayas, so with our Acharya, we came down little and came down to Rishikesh. So one salesman on the way, he came and take me something else. Now what do you want to give me? What do you want to sell me? I want to sell this cup, clay pot. Acharya told, see, whole life I am with that clay pot. Please don't sell it to me. I don't want to add one more pot in my life. So, Vedanta says that snake was not born out of the rope. The rope has not been converted into the snake. I think all of you can remember the story that the piece of rope was there in the semi-darkness condition, and the baby, he thought that there is a snake and started shouting, and his father came with a torch and showed him that, oh my baby, this is not a snake, this is a rope alone. Now the question is, snake was born or the rope was converted into the snake? So the thing is, it was an appearance of snake on the rope. Likewise, the world is nothing but the appearance only. So many people, almost everyone has the same question: what came first, the egg or the chicken, or the seed or the tree? Not a single science can prove it except Vedanta. Our beloved, sweet Vedanta says the whole world is nothing but the appearance on the Sat. So there is no question what came first and what came last. So the thing is, Sat or reality has a magical power that is called Maya. And because of Maya, everything is appeared. So the thing is, according to the philosophers of India, the whole universe is composed of two materials, one of which they called Akash or space, and it is omnipresent, all-penetrating existence. Everything that has form, everything that is the result of the combination is evolved out of this Akash or space. It is the space that becomes the air, fire, water, and earth. So the thing is, that becomes the sun, the earth, the moon, the stars, the comets. It is Akash or space that becomes the human body, the animal body, the plants, every form that we see, everything that can be sensed, everything that exists. It cannot be perceived. Akash or space cannot be perceived. It is so subtle that it is beyond all ordinary perception. It can only be seen when it has become gross, has taken form. At the beginning of creation, there is only this space. At the end of the cycle, the solids, the liquids, and the gases all melt into the Akash or space again. And the next creation similarly proceeds out of this space. If we consider about the cosmic creation, Tattva Bodha has a definite plan. It initially discussed the creation of living individual, how that causal body, subtle body, and gross body has been made. What is 5 vital layers? What is 5 great elements or Pancha Mahabhuta? What is Panchikrita? What is Apanchikrita? Everything has been discussed. Now, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji takes up the cosmic creation. We have seen that the creation of the individual soul follows the procedure of causal through the subtle to the gross. May I repeat it again? Follows the procedure of causal through the subtle to the gross. Clear? So the same process is followed in the creation of the cosmic form also. The concept of Advaitic creation or Vyavaharik Jagat or transactional world will be discussed. Before going to that, a schematic representation of Sankhya concepts has been taken. Schematic, S-C-H-E-M-A-T-I-C, schematic. So the next sloka is Atha Chaturvingsati Tatvaha Utpatti Prakaram Vakshyamaha. It's a one word, Samastapada, it is called. Atha Chaturvinshati Tattopatti Prakaram Vakshyamaha. Atha Das. Chaturvinshati Utpatti Prakaram. The 24 kinds of creation method we will discuss. See the humility of Acharya. Vakshyamaha. In Narada Bhakti Sutra also, we saw that we are going to discuss. Acharya is not claiming it is my knowledge. So, what about we are going to discuss? It is from the parampara it has been taken. So, Chaturvinshati means 24. The idea there are 24 cosmic principles was a gift of the Samkhya philosophy to Vedanta philosophy. Samkhya philosophy is the oldest philosophy in India according to the tradition. Of the 6 systems of Indian philosophy, Samkhya and Yoga are a group. Nyaya and Vaisheshika are another group. And Purva and Uttaramimamsa are a group. Samkhya was the discovery of the great sage Kapila. He was the great sage of the ancient times. His philosophy is that there are 2 eternal principles. One is self, called Purusha. Don't entangle with this philosophy, okay? Because this is Samkhya Matam. But the beauty of Advaita philosophy is Vedanta took everything from each philosophy, which is good. But in conclusion, Vedanta has stamped its own footprint. So the thing is, the Purusha, it is called Purusha. One is the self called Purusha, and other is not the self called Prakriti. According to Samkhya, Purushas are countless, while Prakriti is one. Each one of our self or soul is a Purusha. In Samkhya also, there is the concept of liberation. I will come later when we will discuss different kinds of philosophy. So, Maharshi Kapila believed in God too, but later the followers have perhaps sidelined the concept of God or Ishvara. So keeping the Purusha aside, the Sankhyans, the follower of Kapila or follower of Samkhya philosophy, they count 24 cosmic principles. This is the scheme of Sankhya cosmology. From Prakriti downwards, we have the cosmic intelligence called Mahat. Now, how you will understand Mahat? All of you know what is Google. So you can consider Google as Mahat, the cosmic intelligence. And that total intelligence is a collective form of individual intelligence also. Then comes cosmic and individual ahamkara or ego. From ego arises the five, they alone are called tanmatra, the fundamental five elements or pancha mahabhuta or five great elements: space, air, fire, water and earth. And from that five tanmatra produce 10 sense organs. That is, you know, 5 organs of senses. That is eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. 5 organs of action. That is vak, pani, pad, payu, upastha. Speech, organ of speech. Hands, legs, genitals and anus. 5 vital layers: prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. So how many we got now? 20. Okay. 5 tanmatras or great elements, 5 sense organs, 5 action organs of actions, and 5 vital layers. 20, now 4. It is mana, mind, buddhi, intellect, chitta or memory, or and ahankara, the individual ego. Okay. So that is the completeness of creation according to Samkhya. Moola Prakriti is there. From Moola Prakriti, the Mahat or cosmic intelligence. And from there, 5 Tanmatras. From 5 Tanmatras, they are apanchikrita. They are in the very subtle form. Then it came the 5 gross elements, Pancha Mahabhuta, Panchikrita Pancha Mahabhuta. From there, the 5 sense organs, 5 organs of actions, 5 vital air, everything has come, and then mind. And mind is nothing but Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. It is divided into 4. This scheme was by and large acceptable for the Vedantins. With some changes they have adopted it for Vyavaharika or transactional world or practical purposes. However, the Vedantins is careful to note that unlike in Samkhya, there is no dualities of Purusha and Prakriti in Advaita Vedanta or in non-dual. The scheme of creation or projection is the Samkhyan scheme. The Advaita says that the desire to be many that is in Ishvara is the seed of creation. Just think, creation of everything in our life, any event, any object, any person, how it comes. It comes through our desire, by our desire, for our desire. We tell Swamiji it happened, I don't know how it happened. This fellow came into my life and ruined my life. I told how he came into your life. I don't know, it happened, it happened automatically. Nothing had happened automatically. Our desire forces to make things happen. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is there, Bahusyam praja yeti. I will be many. Once Brahman thought, I will be desired to create, I will be many. In the Vedas, it has been declared that there was the Driksha, Sri Sriksha, Srij Dhatu, desire to procure. The Sanskrit terminology is Sri Sriksha, Si Sriksha. Like Vaktum Ichha Viva, desire to speak is Vivaksha. Patum Ichha, desire to drink, Pipasa. Desire to eat, Bubhuksha. Desire to know, Jignyasa. Likewise, Brahman has had the desire to create, see Sriksha. God assumes countless forms using his Maya. Again in Taittiriya Upanishad it is there, Indro Maya Vihi Pururupa Iyate. So what is the meaning of that? The desire is the seed and hence it is called ignorance or Maya. So Brahman is neutral, but Brahman plus ignorance is Ishvara, the causal state, and from that all creation, projected creation. It is all Manasrishti. So the thing is, this seed will be hidden in Ishvara at the time of dissolution, and during creation, Ishvara or God, endowed with the power of Maya, projects the universe. It's the whole universe is nothing but the projection. From causal to gross, the projection needs a material and some intelligence. Both are God himself. So Brahman is the efficient and material cause of the universe. If God was not the material of the universe, how could we know him by knowing anything in this universe? It is, if a lump of clay is known, all clay is known, says the Upanishads. While giving the example of creation, so Brahman or God creates everything and pervades everything. What Taittiriya Upanishad says, Tat Srishtva Tat Anupravishat. By creating, that entered into the creation. Upanishad has taken this methodology to make us understand about the all-pervasiveness of Brahman. So, while giving the example of creation, so Brahman or God creates everything and pervades everything, and hence he is everything owing to ignorance. We do not see him but see the name and form alone. If anyone has the knowledge of gold, all the bangles and everything else is same. The thing is, one very poor person got one Lord Ganesha idol and the idol of a rat or mouse, and all were gold. He was so poor and sometimes the money was very much required. He cried and took the mouse for selling it and went to the gold merchant and borrowed some money. But after some days more money was required. So he was helpless and went to sell that Ganesha to the gold merchant. And when the gold merchant started calculating, the devotee, he was a very devoted person. He told, hey, what are you doing? What the value of gold you gave me for the mouse, are you giving the same price of the gold when it is Lord Ganesha? So the gold merchant told, oh my dear friend, whatever it is, Ganesha or the mouse, the material is gold alone. So this is the Brahman alone, everything else by name and form. Who is having the knowledge of Brahman? He is having the knowledge of whole universe. So the thing is, God creates everything, and that is the name and form we came to know. From the subtle, if it is total, it is Hiranyagarbha. If it is individual, it is Sukshma Sharira. When it is gross, when it is total, it is called Virat. And in individual level, all of them has their different name. There are three aspects of life: the individual, the world, and the creator and the 5 elements we talked about. Now the thing is, we came to know the relationship and everything. None of these factors of their own or together can be the cause of the others, because nothing is independent. That 24 tattvas or principles are not independent, can be the cause of others. Now the question, then how did the 24 emerge and in what order this is explained? That will be explained in next sloka. We will just introduce the next sloka because it's a very big factor we are going to discuss, that Maya. Maya or the statement of fact. So Maya is called as Ajnanam. It is made up of 3 things. One is Sattva. Sattva means what is very pure, peaceful, and desirable, but enlightening, stainless, light, but Sattva also binds to happiness, but Sattva means peace and truth also. The another aspect or qualities or attribute of Maya is Rajas. Rajas means restlessness and activities. Rajas brings attachment, hankering for objects. Rajas means which binds us to action. And next comes Tamas. Tamas means the another attribute, what brings delusion and infatuation. Tamas means darkness and inertia in nature. Tamas means which binds us in inaction. Where Rajas binds us in action, Tamas binds us in inaction, sloth, etc. The very important and interesting topic we are going to discuss in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.